Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Austin. Today is Sunday, November 30th, and I am 3 weeks and 2 days on T today. Yeah! Let's talk about the importance of conversions in your testosterone dose. If you are taking injections of testosterone, because here's what I found out this week. Things are not always as they seem with conversions. I messaged my doctor, because as I've been saying this whole time, I'm on 10 milligrams per week of T. That's wrong, by the way, but we'll get to that. And so I messaged my doctor and I said, hey, I'm on 10 milligrams per week of T, and I'd really like to be on like 20, 25 or whatever. Can I up it a little bit until our next meeting, which is in a couple of weeks? She messaged me back and said, what are you talking about? You're supposed to have been on 20 milligrams of T every week since we started. And I was like, oh no, have I been giving myself, like, have I been shorting myself on these shots? Okay, so this is where it all went wrong, right? When she originally gave me the prescription for T, she said you're going to take 0.1 milliliters every week. And a liter is a measurement of volume, right? A gram or a milligram is a measurement of weight. So first of all, you've got like measurements of volume versus measurements of weight, which is already kind of difficult to do the conversion. You have to know exactly what the substance that you're trying to convert is, and like, yeah, it's complicated. Anyway, so she told me take 0.1 milligram or 0.1 milliliters every week. And so I went home and I got these syringes here, which as a whole syringe is 1 milliliter, right? So if I was going to take 0.1 milliliter, then I would look at the side here where we have units of measurement, and it goes in measurements in units of 10. So to take 0.1 milliliter, I would take 10 units of this 1 milliliter syringe. So that's what I've been doing, is I've been taking the 10 units, or the 0.1 milliliter every week. So when I did the conversion, I was like, how many milligrams is in 0.1 milliliters of testosterone? What is it, cypionate? Yeah, cypionate. And so I looked that up, and it told me that 0.1 milliliters is equal to 10 milligrams. And I was like, okay, so I'm on 10 milligrams per week. Because for me, it's just easier to think about this in terms of milligrams than it is in milliliters, because most people, like most trans guys, talk about what their dosage is in milligrams or what it is in cc's. That's what I found. So I was kind of like, okay, I would rather talk about it in milligrams than in milliliters. It's just easier for me. So this whole time I was like, cool, I'm on 10 milligrams per week, which would be true, except testosterone cypionate actually comes in two strengths. The first strength is 100 milligrams per milliliter, in which case that would be correct. I would be taking 10 milligrams per week. But it also comes in 200 milligrams per milliliter, which just means it's twice as strong, right? So it's like twice as concentrated within the oil that the testosterone is actually in. So turns out that 0.1 milliliters is actually 20 milligrams. So I hope that was long and confusing. It was long and confusing for me. Anyway, that's what I found out this week, is that this whole time I have actually been on 20 milligrams per week, not 10. Which does make me feel a little bit better, because 10 just felt like such a tiny, tiny dose. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. Alright, so after that long ramble, let's talk quick about changes, which there really haven't been any of yet this week that I've noticed. The one change that I have noticed in the past week and a half is that I am smellier, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted out of this whole process, is to just smell worse. I mean, I don't smell worse necessarily, I just smell more, I guess. So, you know, more with the deodorant, more with the showering. But that's about it, actually, this week. Yeah, not much to report in terms of changes. Hopefully things keep moving on. I did my second, my second self-injection on Friday, and I totally did it right this time, because I have no bruising and my leg does not hurt. So that's great. Feeling better about doing my own shots now. Yep, no other changes really. Muscles are pretty much the same. Yeah, I haven't really felt any difference in terms of like appetite. I still eat more than I should. Trying to work on that. Yeah, not a whole lot. So Sorry, kind of anticlimactic. The one other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick before this video gets long is the sort of feeling that I've had this week. I've had kind of a bad body feelings week, where I had forgotten at the sort of beginning of my transition a couple weeks ago to take some sort of before photos so that I could do like a before and after of like how my body looks, like torso, you know, stomach, whatever. And so I took some this week, and that experience of taking those pictures, just, you know, if you deal with dysphoria, it's rough to really confront your body the way that it is, instead of just being like, yes, I have a shirt on, I have clothes on, I don't have to pay attention to what's underneath these things. So taking those pictures was kind of rough. Also, probably eating too much for Thanksgiving was kind of rough too, because I felt kind of gross about that. And yeah, I've just dealt with some like eating and weight issues and stuff in the past, and they come back up every so often, so I had some bad body feelings this week. The point that I'm trying to make here is that I've sort of felt this pressure since being on T to be like, yeah, now that I'm on T, everything is good, you know, like it's all uphill from here, woohoo! And that's just kind of rough to feel like you can't, my radiator's clicking, sorry, to feel like you can't not be okay, I guess. So that's just, it's been a little bit rough to be like, hey, you know what, I am frustrated that these changes are taking such a long time. Like, you know, everybody kind of goes through this period of waiting, and like, now I'm on T, and all I have to do is wait for them to actually, the T to start taking effect. But within this waiting time, you know, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. You don't have to be all like, yeah, now that I'm on T, everything is okie dokie. So yeah, I've just kind of had some bad feelings this week, and allowing myself to say, hey, it's okay to not feel that great sometimes, you know? Just because you've taken one step now to feel better doesn't mean that you have to be totally fine all the time, because everybody has their ups and downs. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to say that if you feel bad sometimes, especially in these early weeks, I think that's pretty normal. At least it is in my experience, to kind of be like, gosh, is anything ever going to change? So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, which is okay. It's okay to not be okay. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving. And unless you're not in the U.S., in which case, never mind. Hope you're having a great early winter. Yeah, and I will catch you guys next week. Oh man, is that going to be my 1 month on T already? That would make sense, because that would be 4 weeks. The 5th. Yeah, the 5th is going to be my 1 month on T, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 14, 21, 28. Yeah, well, more or less, yeah. So my 1 month on T is coming up. So that's exciting, and, you know, I kind of, yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting, you guys. So thanks for waiting with me, and I will talk to you guys soon. See you later.